heeded the call of Dakwah in his own way by spreading the true teachings of Islam through the cyberspace. A young man well-versed in traditional Islamic teachings, but is well adept with modern technologies.
No offense to the traditional Islamic learning, that is still important, but what we are trying to do is try to give some extra interactive tools.
Siapakah yang diwajibkan berpuasa?
Shukran.org is the first website developed with real-time interactive features. This means the 3-month-old portal can accept questions from web users which will be answered by an ustaz or religious teacher live on web chat. Such interactivity can help facilitate channels of communication between inquiring minds and connect them with the right source of information. This will keep the threat of radical ideas, which is so predominant in cyberspace, away from the young minds.
Access to Asatizah must also be made easier. Young people must be able that I can turn to the Ustaz and ask any questions I want to ask, and not be told that I shouldn't ask the wrong question, but be told that, okay, let me deal with your question so that I can help you.
Ustaz Yusri Yubi is among the new IT-savvy generation of religious teachers in Singapore. He is as comfortable in giving religious teachings in traditional settings, like mosques or madrasas, as he is in engaging the youths through the internet. He is what can be termed as the Facebook generation Ustaz. Ustaz Yusri often helps them in his quest to constantly upgrade his portal in keeping with the times.
We as the religious teachers must use not only through the old media, liberal talk, but we also can use the new media and use the social networking platform to deliver our content, to interact with the Muslims out there, people who are so comfortable to meet us in person. You can see from the people who are involved in the terrorism or any organization, they use internet a lot to spread their message. And for us to counter the terrorism ideologies, it's very important for us to use the new media.
That interactivity is very important, because if our youth post a question there and then, from what they read from the material, 24 hours later they receive the answer, they will feel impressed, and they will know by then that if I have any religious query, I will go to this website.
Shahib Amin, the young developer of the interactive website Shukran.org, believes that effective Islamic content presented through wizardry of the web can be an effective tool in developing critical thinking among the youth.
We use the simple graphics. We break down the information into a small bit. We use this motto called fast, effective, simple video. The most important is the message delivered and the correct Islamic teachings to educate the online user.
It is our Asatizahs who have to step up front and explain to them correctly. But they must also understand that you have to go beyond the text of Islam. Because at the end of the day, these events are real events. It is clear that the terrorists use these events as a bait, and then putting on top of it religious texts, and therefore you have a very lethal combination.
The use of the internet is one component in the multi-pronged efforts undertaken by the Muslim community in Singapore to combat terrorism. Engaging and defeating radicalism in cyberspace, though important, has to be complemented with real efforts that could help open up the minds and touch the heartstrings of the people. Away from the view of prying eyes, a group of volunteers go about their task of packing hampers. This activity has been a yearly affair, especially during the month of Ramadan. Since 2004, members of the aftercare group have been helping in the rehabilitation process of detained JI members. The ACG does not come into direct contact with terrorists, but it helps family members of detained JI members establish a channel of communication and help JI families reintegrate into society. It's a vital means of ensuring that radicalism is kept in check. After packing these hampers, they will be sent to detained JI families in the hope that it will put a smile back on their faces. When ACG first started its work, it often met with suspicion from JI families. Now, according to ACG Chairman Abdul Halim Kadir, a sense of trust has been established between his volunteers and the families.
To convince the family is not the easy way. After 6 to 9 months, the counselor of ACG from Yayasan Mendaki ANP Taman Bacaan particularly visited them, or we interview their wife. We can see the changing patterns of the wife being accepted, the counselors accepted the assistance given by ACG to them.
More than just showering gift hampers during the festive season, ACG has adopted a more holistic approach. Since its inception 4 years ago, ACG provides various kinds of financial support to families of detained JI members. The group helps to pay school fees and give free or subsidized tuition to the children. All these efforts are carried out to ensure that they stay in school. Counselors were also roped in to provide a listening ear, as well as solutions to the problems that the families are facing. One of the most important tasks undertaken by ACG is creating avenues to ensure that the families can self-sustain.